In this video, I like to share how to draw a curvy shape building in perspective without the vanishing points. You must have seen a few of my previous videos, so about square and rectangular or orthodox conventional form of buildings. But in this one, I'm going to show you how to draw a curvy shape building in perspective without the vanishing points. Again, starting with the same method, starting with the lines of the above and below. The front is slightly bigger, the back is slightly smaller, and in this one is a more of a modern kind of architecture, and I create this courtyard in the middle. Again, as you see, I start with the vertical line to define the center point. It's always important to start with the central point. That will automatically the reference of the vanishing point without the vanishing points. That should indicate the perspective appearance. And again, I divide it into two by creating a center lines for the horizontal line that divide into two volumes of a building, just like this. Then the next one, I'm going to divide that again in the center, find the center point, just like this. That will equal to number without creating weird or uneven lines. And now I have 4 stories building. Then another vertical lines in the center of that open space in the deep plan of this building, just like this, starting with center line, middle line, then multiply. And of course I repeat the same process what I did on the outside, the horizontal lines. Now I'm going to find the top roof, which is connecting from inside to the line outside, just like that, to find the center point again, like this one. This is again using the eye measurement, connect to that. By doing this, I create a very fine, clean lines to start with, and repeat the same process, the center there, then filling the gap, just like that. There's one more there. Now I'm adding a second line on the flooring, on the horizontal line, to indicate 2 layers of line. Again, to indicate the depth, much more realistic, to indicate the structure of this building rather than just one lines. Repeat the same on the upper floor, just like this. If you watch my hand there, if you feel disconnected, it is too important to take your hand off. If you can't continue directly, take your hand off before your hands, your lines derail from the plan, just like this. Again, it is very important to press your pen very gently when it comes to this kind of line drawings. And this is the detail a bit, more on the roofing and the eave. Repeat the same for the inside, the courtyard and the open space in between the building. I think it is important to have an open space in the center of the building when a building has a deep plan. Now another line for the vertical structure, just columns. Usually the curtain walling, like that. At this stage of drawing, it is important to have as much detail or information as possible before hatching them or before adding where the shadow or where the non-shadow. The point of this drawing exercise is to prove that we can draw perspective drawings, building perspective drawing for a building without the vanishing point, although it is not the conventional building with the rectangular or cubic form. The same principle of using central lines without the vanishing point could also be applied on the curvy or organic shape of a building as this, but apply the center point. Now I'm moving into more detail on the roofing, adding second layer of the lines, just like this. Now I'm going to do another line, which is again the center of this roofing, roughly the center of this roofing, without using any measurement, using the eye measurement, just roughly where the center of this, to locate this another line, which is indication of the structure, just like that. Starting with the one single line first. And again, once I divide it into two and define another central line for this side of it, just like that. Now I'm doing on the other side of it. Again, the same principle, the same techniques, always in the center of that empty space. Again, another one. Now the second layer of this line, It is after a period of time my hand get a bit tired, and it is normal that my hand get a bit wavery, so I need to take it off. So I can't really, with that rhythm of continuation of my hand, I need to take it off before you made any mistake with the line. Take your hand off, start again. Look at this, building is almost there without too much complex, the conventional perspective drawing, vanishing point. This building is almost done with isometric views and with then perspective views. Now I'm adding into a context, to the side context in a sense, by adding where the flooring is, where the building is sitting on, rather than just floating in the air. It is not optional, but I like to do this to give a sense of setting where this building is sitting on. And of course the paviers, just a bit detailing there by connecting that line into the building lines, just like this. Again, starting with the middle point there, the middle lines, just like this. Before I divide them again into center line, just like that. So the next stage is, the next process is to add a bit of shadow to indicate the depth of this framing structure and the framing of this curtain walling and the roofing. You see, this building is almost there, clearly indicating visually three-dimensional form of building in isometric views and perspective views without the vanishing points, or without the setting of the vanishing point for the isometric representation of this building. Now adding slightly more detail on the walling, just like this, rather than just a square shape. I put a bit of a curvy on, or diagonal on the corner of that curtain walling, and again on the roofing, more kind of a hexagon form of this curtain walling, similar apply repetition in a way, because this is a repetition process. So I like to apply a similar concept of the repetition on the roofing and the walling. It has the same rhythm. Now add more hatching to indicate the shadow, indicate the depth of this building. I like it to be really fine lines for the hatching. I don't want to make it too much hatch in here. On this hatch I use the vertical again to vertical line, or again to imitate the nature of this building shape. I'm not going to put any cross hatch at the moment. Just follow exactly how the shape of this building were curvy on the roof, how as it goes down, connected to the wall, vertical wall, just like this. So here it is, and I hope you like this drawing exercise. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.